So here's a good one about a mother who puts her entitled a-hole of a daughter in her place when the daughter demanded that the mother give her money for her wedding. Money that was supposed to be for her to go to college, and you'll see the whole thing. Title: Am I the a-hole for not letting my daughter use her college fund for a wedding or a house? No. Says here's a backstory. I, a 43-year-old female, have 4 kids. L, a 22-year-old female. Katie, a 17-year-old female. Cam, a 15-year-old male. Isla, a 5-year-old female. And I'm also currently pregnant. Good Lord, woman, 5 kids. It says here, me and my husband, who's 50 years old, started adding to college funds every month for each of our kids pretty much as soon as we found out that we were pregnant. We were pregnant. Smack. No, your husband was not pregnant. You were. I won't say the exact amount, but my husband has an excellent job, and so it's more than most. We never told our kids about the money because it just didn't feel necessary. Elle got pregnant when she was 16 years old and ended up dropping out of high school. I was very disappointed, but I understood. However, I was under the impression she would return later, but she has no plan to do so. Well, probably because you all made it easy on her, you know? And she should have gone back at least to get her a GED or something. The dad stuck around, and now they have one more kid who's 3 and one on the way. Oh, that's real smart. They are engaged but don't plan to marry until they can afford it. They were doing okay financially for a while, but due to the market right now, they've been struggling because Elle can't get a job since she doesn't have a diploma, so I've been loaning them money. Well, into a bottomless pit, obviously. She needs to get her a GED or something to have some freaking skills. Now, there are exceptions out there, of course, but you get my point. Katie is a senior and just got accepted into college. We've been setting everything up, and obviously she knows about the college fund now. Katie and Elle were talking, and she was telling Elle about the school, and Elle asked how was she planning on paying for it. Katie responded, my college fund. I was in the room while they were having the conversation, and this made me panic. We had just planned on splitting it between the remaining 4 since we knew we were going to college. Elle asked me if they had one for her, and I wasn't going to lie, so I said yes. She got really excited and went to call her fiancé and tell him the good news. I was confused and told him she couldn't have the money. She asked why, and I said it's for school. She got upset and left my house. Hang on here. That was money that the wife and the husband took out. They could have used for themselves, vacations and electronics or whatever, but instead saved it and put it away for the kids for school, nothing more. And this brat is having a meltdown because of the mom saying, no, this is for school. The next day I got a call from Elle and she was crying and begging me to let her have the funds so she could finally afford a down payment and maybe even a wedding. Yeah, piss it away in a way. That's a real smart idea for a relationship that probably won't last. Down payment's smart, but no, this money was meant for school. I told her she could have the money if she went back to school, and whatever money was left over, she could use for whatever she wanted. She got super mad at me and started yelling at me, saying it's her money. No, it's not. Your name's not in the account. That was put away and you never knew about it. We can do what we want. Our money, our rules. End of story. I told her it was my money and those are my conditions, and she hung up. What a little a-hole. But one has to say, has her behavior been enabled over the years? Now we're being harassed by her fiancé's family. They aren't as fortunate as us. Well, people generally are fortunate because of their own hard work and working smart, working hard actions. Unless they inherited the money, which these people did not. Calling us a-holes and a lot of other names. Saying it's going to waste if she doesn't use it. We're setting her up for failure, etc. Now I'm wondering if I'm the a-hole because my dad said we should give her the money and we saved it for her after all. No, you're not the a-hole. Good for you for standing your ground, saying, no, this is for school, nothing else. And as for the family of the dude that she's with, the baby daddy, it's none of their fucking business. Okay, but they're obviously a bunch of users and leeches and want to get a whole, probably benefit somehow. No, it's none of their fucking business. Whether you choose to give it to her or not, that's your choice because it's your money, you and your husband's money. And as for the woman's father, grandpa in the situation saying you should just give it to her anyway, that's none of his business as well. Probably the daughter here, Elle, probably went crying to grandpa and manipulated him to try to tell the mom, you know. So no, absolutely not. And this is another example of some spoiled brat asshole kid thinking they are entitled to this, this, and this is the world we are today. And so good for the mother for saying no. End of story. Now, after I printed out the story, I saw a little update in the comments section. It turns out the mother and her talked later when everybody calmed down and the girl agreed to go back to school to get her GED and then go to college. And the mother said, okay, you get the GED and I'll fund for school. And anything left over, is yours, and then they're going to actually help her with a very, very small wedding. So they calmed down and talked it out and everything, but the girl obviously was put in her place, and look what happened. She now is going back to school, GED, and going to school, and all. So good. But anyhow, good for the mother for standing her ground, because if she didn't, you think that girl would go back to school? No. So, good one there.